a baked pecan pancake. Now, I know pancakes are really good, but they're not my favorite to make because it takes forever. You know, you pour one, flip it, and then there's your one pancake, and then on and on. So this is a quick and easy way for you to have a pancake already mixed and ready to go. Stick it in the oven, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix it together and make it together with you on the video. And then I'm going to put it in the oven, which I have the oven preheating already to 350 degrees. Let's get started. First off, we have started with 3 large eggs, which I have in my mixing bowl here. This is actually a Pyrex mixing bowl. This is perfect. It actually has the pour spout. I love it for all my baking things. Then we're going to add in the liquid ingredients. It's good to mix up the liquid ingredients first and then add the dry so that you're not over mixing it. All right, 3 eggs we're starting out with. We're also going to go with our half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. And I really like the Khalifa brand because it doesn't have any of the thickeners in it. Sometimes if I'm in a pinch, I'll get the Blue Diamond, but definitely unsweetened almond milk. And I don't know if you knew this, but when you measure liquid ingredients, you'd want to measure in a liquid measuring type of cup. Because if you measure in a regular cup, mixing cup, like this, see? This is for dry ingredients. This is for liquid ingredients. It helps you get a better measurement. I mean, if you don't have one of these, in a pinch, use the other. But still, it's just kind of a little tidbit tip for you there. All right, we're going to pour the almond milk in there. We have a half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. Another liquid ingredient, the next in the line here we have is a 1/4 a cup of heavy whipping cream. This is not only going to up your fat content, which helps keep you full, but it's going to add more of the creaminess to it. All right, so we have our heavy whipping cream, and I got my little spatula here. All right, we got 2 down, and that is it for our liquid ingredients so far. So, whisk, one of my favorite tools. I use it for everything. Whisk, 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 whisk. And you see, we're getting all one color. I like getting the farm eggs because the yolks are so bright. They're bright yellow, and that means more vitamins. Yay! All right, got that mixed up. Next step is going to be our dry ingredients, and we will start with 1 cup of low-carb baking mix. And this low-carb baking mix contains glucomannan, flaxseed, coconut flour, almond flour, and collagen. Collagen's great for your skin and hair. It also helps with your joints. And then you have the glucomannan and the flaxseed, which gives it a binding type of property. And it's all gluten-free. Every single thing that I make is gluten-free. I've been gluten-free for 5 years now. So if that's something you're concerned with, no problem. All my recipes are gluten-free. All of them. And as far as carb count and all those other things, this is 9.5 grams of carbs per cup. And we're using 1 cup. All right, so we got 1 cup of the low-carb baking mix. Our next dry ingredient is monk fruit sweetener, which is a bit like erythritol, but it is actually like a cut into it. Monk fruit is actually from a fruit in the mountains, and I know it's in Asia. I forgot the name of the country. Anyway, but we also have that, and I mixed just a bit of stevia with it, 1/4 a teaspoon of stevia. And the reason why I'm doing just a little bit of stevia with the granulated sweetener is because it adds just a little teeny tiny touch of the extra sweetness that the monk fruit erythritol wouldn't. So I got those 2 and put those in there. I'm just dumping it all in. We got the wet ingredients. I'm just dumping the dry in. No big deal. And then we have next, I have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of baking powder and a couple pinches of salt, not too much. We're going to add that in. So we are going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And did you see that? I didn't even measure. A cap is a teaspoon. I've measured it before. It really works. A cap is a teaspoon. Makes it easy. And then my little specialty guy here. Oh, I love this one. Maple extract. And this is a non-alcoholic one, so they use glycerin for it. But this helps to mimic brown sugar flavoring. you know, like the flavor that brown sugar gives to baked goods. But this does really good with that. And then, let's see. Oh, my keto maple syrup. That's also on my blog, where you can make your own maple syrup with the erythritol and glucomannan and maple extract. You see here, it's the Frontier brand. I love the Frontier brand. They taste great. No weird aftertaste. Let's see, I have orange and coconut and lemon of theirs. And then, of course, maple, my favorite. All right, let's get this maple extract in here. We got, again, just using the cap, 1 teaspoon. All right, and looking down my list here, we got it all. Let's get this mixed up. Now, when you first start mixing, that low-carb baking mix is a little bit powdery. So just kind of do it in the middle a little bit to get it going. So I just mix up just right in the middle and then just slowly work around the side. All right, starting to come together. Yeah, that low-carb baking mix is great, especially with the coconut flour and the flaxseed. Really helps it set up quickly. Do you see here just already how it is? Definitely like a pancake batter, right? What we're making is the pecan baked pancake. All right, that's all good and done. See how quick that came together? Our last ingredient, can't forget it, pecans. And even if you don't like nuts, okay, you could leave it out if you want to, but why would you? It's so good. I have hand chopped up some pecans, and I actually buy the big bag of whole pecans and then chop them up myself. So I know that I'm getting top quality pecans, because when you buy pecans already chopped up or already broken up, it's all the leftover bits. And some of them are hard, and then sometimes they've gotten shell in it. Ugh. So at least this way I know I'll be getting the whole pecans and chopping it up myself. Then I know what I'm getting. All right. So we have 4 pecans here, which, checking my my list, I did a little over 1/4 a cup. It was kind of a handful, and then I chopped them up. There we go. Pecans in. And this, you guys, yum, yum, yum. What I'm going to do is put this, I already have my oven at 350 degrees, and then I will be putting it into my 8x8 glass pan. I've greased it. See, there's all the grease there. So I greased it up. Want to make sure you can get it out, right? All right, so I want to make sure you guys can see. Hopefully you can. Okay. And using the spatula works so awesome. All right, here we go. Going in the oven. We are going to do this for 20 to 30 minutes. The baked pecan pancake is out of the oven, and I have been cooling it for about 10 minutes before I cut into it. You want to make sure and do that with the baked goods that you use the baking mix in, so it doesn't fall apart because it's very moist. And what I've done so far is I've cut 1 piece out of the pan, baked pecan pancake that I made. And this is using the baking mix, the low-carb baking mix. I have a recipe for it, so you can make it yourself. I also have a link on my website that you can purchase your own bag. There's the bag holds about 2 cups worth, and you can get that on my website, Low Carb with the Carrs, CARRS.com. I did some figuring about it. The low-carb pancake makes in an 8x8 pan. You're going to get 8 pieces, which is pretty generous. And let's see, I made some notes here. We have 9 pieces, and that's at 2.5 carbs each. I'll show you here. Get my oven mitt. I want to show you how it looks, how it turned out. It puffed up nice. It's about twice the length, not too much. And then you can see how it turned out, how it's like a thick pancake kind of thing. The pecans are in there. You could also sprinkle cinnamon on it before you put it in the oven to up the cinnamon factor, right? And then, let's see, I cut out a piece, and like I said, it makes 9 pieces. So here is my serving, my 1 piece. You see how you got all your yumminess there. I already have some butter melted on it. See, it slid off the other side. Gotta get the butter on there, right? Up your fat content. That's the whole point of this low carb diet, which I mean, diet, lifestyle. I actually call it a lifestyle. Diet kind of has like a bad connotation. That people think diet, oh, it's only for a little bit. No, it's a lifestyle. It's something that I'm planning on doing for like ever. You know, I mean, every now and then I might have a little sugar, but still, I'm back to the sugar-free, the high-fat, the low-carb, and gluten-free. My gluten-free peeps. It is all gluten-free. Every single thing that I make is gluten-free because I've been gluten-free for about 5 years now. All right, so while it was baking, I also made some of my low-carb mock maple syrup. See how, I don't know, let's see. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now, some people choose to buy sugar-free syrup at the store. Go ahead, you guys. Whatever is going to keep you on track. I am a person who likes to make everything from scratch. That's just kind of my thing. I love it. Now, if you are a person who likes making things from scratch like me, in my book, we have on page 63 is my low-carb mock maple syrup. And this is how you can make your own maple syrup at home. It makes about 1 cup worth. And in it, I have used the erythritol, stevia, real butter. We also have my favorite maple extract I was telling you guys about from Frontier. All right, and let's see. I was talking about the mock maple syrup. I use molasses. Molasses is not evil. It only takes a tiny bit. I only use a 1/4 teaspoon in the mock maple syrup. And this is actually high in lots of vitamins. We have iron, B6, magnesium, even potassium, guys. Who cannot have extra potassium? Who needs more? I do. Potassium helps with your muscles. And then, okay, let's do this here. Again, the mock maple syrup, page 63 in my cookbook. All right, you guys, I let this cool off a bit, and you could tell it's really thick. See? It's not too runny. All right, let's get this going here. I'm going to show you how it pours. If I can get this right here on the camera. Ooh, just like real maple syrup, guys. Seriously. And it tastes wonderful. I already buttered up my piece of pecan pancake. See this. And you could see, which I'm trying to get in the video so you could see it good, how this just cuts off. Okay, it's not working. Okay, there we go. How it just cuts really easy. Like this, and then, oh my goodness. It's so moist. I love the little tiny pecans in it, so it gives a little bit of a crunch. And then you have it where, like, look guys, see? See how it springs back? Yeah, it's so moist. And do you live alone? Is it just you by yourself that you're just cooking for low carb and the family doesn't like it? It keeps. So once you have it cooled down, which, okay, yeah, it's cooled down enough. So once it's cooled down, see how I cut it into 9 squares? Take the square, put it down, then put a piece of parchment paper or wax paper on it. Square number 2, 3, 4, on and on. Make sure, you know, so they don't stick together. Freeze them. Put them in the fridge. They warm up so easy. We actually don't have a microwave, so we use the oven. So at, you know, a low oven for 5 or 6 minutes, you're good. And actually, my kids do like this. They use regular maple syrup and butter, you know, they're kids and all like that, but this is so easy for prep, you guys. When you take the time to go ahead and make the extra, you're all ready. You're already set. Say you got to be at work at 8 o'clock. You got to leave the house at 7. You wake up at 6. So you have about an hour of waking up and getting ready to leave for work. Maybe you have only 30 minutes before that. You have a little toaster oven maybe. And if you do have a microwave, wrap it up in a paper towel so that it doesn't get dried out. Do, you know, 10, 20 seconds. Like, you don't even need that much at all. But it's great for prep, you guys. And you can actually double the recipe. And so far, all together, I have just my little bit of syrup, which is a half a carb, because I only used a couple of tablespoons. And then 2.5 grams of carbs for that. So you're looking at, like, three carbs. You guys, 3 carbs for this. You know, and have another one if you're gonna, you know, gonna be full. But I'll have my keto cappuccino with my extra fat, and then this. And I'm good. I'm really full from this. It really is good. And the glucomannan that I used in there and the flaxseed, it helps with fiber. Helps keep you full too. And you have that extra fat in there from the heavy whipping cream. Totally do that. Totally make it. The digital book is $9.95, which you can download and go right to my site right now and get it done. Think of this for Christmas gifts. Think ahead. Birthday's coming up. Maybe someone that you, in your family, that you want to encourage to try this low carb way of cooking. Get the book. Get the digital book. You can send them the digital book as a gift too. So that's an option. Have any questions, send me a message, and I'll be doing all the links below. Send me a message if you have any issues or questions, whatever. I'm here to help. I really am. I love helping you and helping you figure things out. And no question is a dumb question. All right. So you go ahead and have a great weekend. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Love ya.